Greetings, 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 my V family all over the world. This is your chief. Welcome to week 14. 14, I believe, Kalai. All right, hang on. Let me just close the door. I believe it's week 14. Ta-da! I'm back. All right, I believe it's week 14. And I'm back. On your Insta live. Sorry, I was packing. I was rushing. I had an important guest come and visit me at home. It's been crazy today. All right, Kalai knows. Sarah Hussein, how are you? Kalai Nordstar, who I just met approximately 10 hours ago. All right, Armin _A_ Raza, Jessio, Marwan, my brother, AVP Marwan, the V to you host, QNet official, Rita, Vicky Ras, what's up, Sid _M92, Assalamualaikum, Samira Aibawan, Peyun, apa kabar, Sarah Hussein, week 15, thanks Kala, it's week 15 now. All right, Mr. Adventure, Rahul Dete, Siamak, how are you, my warrior, Katarin Kadolnikova, privyet. All right, Ramin Amin _ Tipa, how are you? Saw you 10 hours ago. Ahmad Haji. All right, Ibn Abbas in the house, V partner, the V official, which is Lorin, who's going to be with me in Turkey very soon. And of course, my warrior brother, the one and only JR Maya, Krutika, Sarah, Izan, apa kabar? Selamat Hari Raya. Friendship, Chantel, Pooja. All right, Rejoy, how are you? Komusta? Zulu, send warmest regards to Mom Zulu. David Sharma, V partner, the great one, in the house. Where's Sati? Gaurav, Sati is in Bangkok. Gaurav, Meena, Ani, Sattar, P. Sami, Kenza, Surya, Teja, Ekaterina Kononova. Privyet. Samir. Assalamualaikum. Maggie, how are you, Maggie? Greetings all the way in Ghana. From the UK, Shamnath, Yamini, Suresh, I got to do shout out to Agatha, to Irish, to Claire, to Suresh, all right, to Rasha, who's always online. Bharati, how are you? Happy New Year. Geeta Sharma, Sati in the house, finally. All right, the hat is from South Africa, was a gift from Siamak, I'm wearing your hat, bro. Atli Hassan. Finally, Atli, I was a bit worried. Where did you go? V partner, Atli Hassan. All right. So, well, firstly, guys, Assalamualaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. I hope you had a beautiful Eid celebration with your family and your team. Bonjour, je t'aime to all my warriors who speak French around the world. Privyet, Kak Dela, Lublu Tibie to all the Russian-speaking unbelievable warriors around the world. All right, salam, merhaba, all right, vigets, hola, buongiorno to everyone in QN Europe. Aibuan wanakam, GLL Lanka, wanakam, namaste, namaskaram, sat sri akal to everyone in India. All right, hola to everyone in South America, konnichiwa to everyone in Japan, ni hao, China, ni hao, Hong Kong, apa kabar, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Xin Chao, Vietnam, Ming Lava, Arpit, you're joining Arpit. I love Arpit. He's in the middle of a mega event and he's still logging on. I love the loyalty. Arpit is there. I hope everyone else. Shipra is there. Lemi, Yunia, Shara, Vinu Joel in the house. I'm seeing a lot of people. Kamal Chopra. All right. Loads of people. Manam Ajin, Nurul Ainshed. All right. Good day, mate, to all the Australians. Okay. Greetings to everyone. Okay. I'm right now in Malaysia, in my office at home, heading out to Bangkok to speak at an event, Magic. All right. They have a conference in Bangkok, Thailand. I'll be speaking there. Rush back home. Spend a day. First, go and meet Dato Sri Vijay tomorrow morning before going to the airport for New Year. So for those of you all who don't know, in an hour we'll be celebrating our Indian New Year or Hindu New Year on April 14. So I got to go to Dato Sri Vijay, pay my respect, get blessings from him, rush to the airport, fly to Bangkok, speak, next day meet leaders, rush back here, spend Wednesday with the kids, and then fly to the greatest event 2025. We Turkey is happening. All right, Merhaba Turkey, Turkey. We Turkey is happening. VCon in Turkey, Istanbul is happening. Everyone is going to be there. Me, Japa, Mohanad, Motaz, Adli, Arun, Kalai, Dave, Joel, loads of people, AVPs, V Councils, Coin Service Alliance. It's going to be a rocking, unbelievable event in Turkey. So if you haven't made the decision to come to VCon Turkey, make the decision now. Get your ticket, get your flight, get your hotel. I want to see you there. All right. It's week 15, so it's the second week of rank advancement. All right. So get your act together. Today, Kalai, I've been dealing with a lot of people. All right, in the area of change. And I don't know why. I just felt like talking to you guys. So to V kids, V teens, empty your cup, listen. To the new guys watching, empty your cup, listen. To the old veterans of network marketing, empty your cup, listen. And to the strange people who accidentally logged on to my Insta live, what's up? All right, empty your cup and listen also, okay? So today, Vicky Ras, this message is going to be, I want you all to listen to this as an individual. Don't listen to this as a networker or a corporate person. Listen to it as an individual, because I think when I went through this process of change, I didn't think as a upline, as a networker, as an entrepreneur. I didn't think like, chief. I just thought as Patman Senatiraja. All right? And it helped me a lot to think as an individual, to think as a person. Right? Sometimes our title, our identity clouds our judgment, confuses our mind, and allows our ego, our only enemy, to manipulate us. I don't think any title or any position defines you. I think you define that position. All right, like I said, not all mothers are good mothers, not all fathers are good fathers, so you can't automatically look at a father and say, wow, he's a great father, or look at the mother and say, wow, he's a great mother. That title doesn't define that person. Even though generally speaking, mothers and fathers are supposed to be great parents and leaders. All right, you have to define what kind of mother, what kind of father, what kind of upline, what kind of downline, what kind of brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, life partner, lover, whatever. All right, mentor, mentee. And I realized something. I think one of the hardest things for you to do is to change. Because change is pain. There can be no change without pain. Do you understand? People can never change without experiencing great pain and requiring to exercise great sacrifice and great humility. So when somebody doesn't change for the better, it's automatically, you must assume that they are an arrogant moron. All right? Because only when you are arrogant, you don't have the ability to change. Only when you are full cup or you are controlled by your ego, you cannot change. Now, why is change important? Because your goals, your life, your surrounding, your relationships do not remain the same. It evolves over time. So you cannot be the kid you were and today as an adult act like that kid to achieve max out. Do you understand? You have to go through tremendous amount of change, of growing up, of maturity to become an entrepreneur, to become a serious networker and max out. And the problem is people just don't like to change. People want to change, but they struggle to change. Do you understand? And the reason why people struggle to change because where they are comfortable with it. They're comfortable with who they are because they have been that person for so long. It becomes your comfort zone. Are you guys with me? And somewhere along the line, you did some good as that person. So your ego, sorry, this is a bit deep for those of you all who are like, my God, why is Chief talking about such deep stuff? Well, once in a while, I think Instagram live should also be deep. All right, so maybe you can learn it or listen to it a second time on the grid so you can actually process it. All right, I'm trying to keep it as Patman style as possible. All right, you know your chief. I represent Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, and they always taught me as my uplines and mentors. All right, keep it simple, Patman. Keep it simple. All right, don't make anything you say rocket science, because people will not understand and people cannot duplicate. So I'm trying to keep it simple. I hope I'm achieving this goal. All right. So why we don't change is because who we were had some plus points also. All right. And we convince ourselves the way we lived our life was okay. Now, don't get me wrong. When I was a young, arrogant, borderline alcoholic party moron, I felt good. I thought I was living the life I was supposed to live. You understand? My ego rationalized everything I did and said, you are young. This is the life you're supposed to live. You have no responsibilities. Enjoy life. You understand not? So, and to change, there needs to be a reason to change. If there is no reason to change, you will remain who you were. And who you were, all of you, be honest with yourself. Who you were had limitations. Who you were had income limitations. Who you were had skill set limitations. Who you were had knowledge limitations. All right? And only if you change, you can increase all of those, from income to knowledge to influence to content. You understand? But who you were was not good. Was not good enough. That's why people change. So I realized at that time, even though when I lived that life, before I met Dato Sri Vijay, and the first few years after meeting him, to be honest, I felt good. You understand now? Today I look back and I say I wasted my youth from 16 to 24, 25. It was wasted. I could have been Mark Zuckerberg, all right? I could have maxed out 10 trekking centers. Do you understand or not? But I chose to live life that way. Now, when I was living that life, it was unbelievable. It was the life that I was okay with. Today, when I look back at how I wasted so many years of my youth on completely useless things, I regret it. It's too late to change anything. I just wish I realized it back then. I could have done much more, changed more lives, achieved success at a younger age, right? Become the youngest, US dollar millionaire in the history of QNet. But as Dato Sri said, at that time, Patman felt it was okay. The arrogant Patman, the ego-driven Patman, the full cup Patman. Do you understand not? And then, thanks to him, Dato Sri Vijay, he told me that this Patman has limitations. This Patman cannot achieve greatness. That's all he told me. You cannot. You can achieve something, but you cannot reach the next line. You cannot cross the next line. You cannot achieve another level of greatness. He told me that to my face multiple times. And I went back home, like many of you, after somebody tells you something like this, I went back home and said, what's his problem? He doesn't know me. Do you understand? But today I regret I did not listen to him earlier. So I'm trying to help you guys. Who you are today is not good enough to achieve the highest level of performance. If you think you can remain the same throughout 2025 and expect different results, you're wasting your time. If you don't change, your results will not change. If you don't change, your environment will not change. If you don't change, you cannot influence people to change. So if you observe your life and it's the same from January until now, who you are, how you talk, your arrogance, your ego, your anger, your full cup, your I know the answers attitude, you're not going to get greater results. I'm sorry. So if ever you are stuck in a rut, income-wise, network growth, corporate growth, relationship growth, improvement of your happiness index or your peace index, as I call it today, clarity index, it's because you refuse to change. That your stupid, idiotic, arrogant, moronic ego has convinced you that you're good enough. And to some extent convince you you are great. And convince you there's nothing that needs to be changed. And that's how people die in the comfort zone. That's why your checks don't grow. That's why you struggle to overcome adversity. That's why you burn bridges, like I mentioned on the Wednesday message, I think. All right? It's unbelievable. So I was helping some people over the past few days. I think I exist today, Kalai. I want everyone to max out. I think I can help a lot of people max out. But I think I'm more very focused on helping people change. Helping people face the truth about themselves. And then making that decision to change. And then hopefully stay in the zone of Japa, Dato Sri Vijay, Arun Adli, Sati, David, or even me if you have access to me, and stay consistently in the zone so the change actually happens. Because change is painful. Change requires great sacrifice. Do you understand? As a simple thing of changing your diet, you struggle. Starting exercising, you struggle. All kinds of things we struggle, you understand? And what is all those things? Those things are change. But without change, you cannot progress. I think the first step of change is to recognize the truth about yourself, who you really are. Do you understand? And this requires a moment of absolute honesty, absolute, unconditional, pure honesty, alone in a dark room or out in your garden at 2 a.m. in the morning. Because nobody knows you better than yourself. Nobody knows your inner thoughts. Nobody knows what you really think. Nobody knows how much you lie to yourself and others. Nobody knows your standards, your benchmarks, your morals, your morale, your whatever. You understand? Nobody knows what's in your mind except you. The foolish part is we don't face it. We don't face our own truth. You understand? 10 people tell you you are arrogant and you go home and say they're jealous. The ego tells you that. So the first step to change is to recognize your truths. Recognize your truths. I'm not saying recognize your weaknesses, because it's difficult to identify your weaknesses when you have convinced yourself of your own greatness, of your own irreplaceability, of your own value proposition. Do you understand? It's like what I said, you are the Olympic participant, you are the Olympic judge, you are the Olympic committee. Yeah, you're screwed. Are you guys with me? So the first is to face the truth, and this requires a moment of spiritual enlightenment. Because the only other person who knows what's in your mind, the absolute truth, is him. Do you understand? So you got to face him and have a chat, identify your truths, and then decide whether you want to change. And the only reason why people want to change is if they desire a different result from what they're getting in life today. from every aspect. I'm not only talking about your commission. I'm talking about your relationships. I'm talking about your influence as a leader. I'm talking about the bridges you have built or burned. I'm talking about every aspect of your life. Fatherhood, motherhood, brotherhood, upline, downline hood. All right, boyfriend, girlfriend hood. You understand? I think you got to have a desire. Who do you want to be? How much you want to earn? How much you want to change? How much better you want to be? What kind of leader do you want to be? You want to be like Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan and Japadas Bismarck? Phew, that's going to require great sacrifice and great change, which I honestly feel is not easy. Right? I've been trying to even be 1% of these two great men, our founders, and I'm struggling, in my opinion. I'm not being funny. I really think I'm struggling. All right? But I think the only strength I have today, David Sharma, is that I'm willing to face my truths. And I'm willing to make the changes that I need to make. Because I desire different results in 2025. Personally, the company, the we, all of you, all right, my family, my loved ones, people who are important to me. I want to achieve different results this year. And if I want to achieve different results this year, bottom line, I have to be a different Patman. And to be a different Patman is not easy. Change is not easy, but it's necessary. That's why Anne or Dato Sri Vijay on stage at VCon, sometimes I think his statement is so strong, right? Because the VCon participants are still young. And he goes on stage, and he shouts loudly, change or die. You understand? Now, I don't think he means that if you don't change, you're going to drop dead. What he means is you will die. You will be a zombie. The lack of growth puts you in zombie mode. Do you understand? Eat, shower, shit, sleep, and think you're doing okay. Do you understand? So if you're not seeing any desired result in networking, in relationships, in corporate growth, in spiritual growth, in personal knowledge growth, intellectual growth, if you're not seeing any improvement, it simply means that you haven't changed at all. And if Dato Sri Vijay repeats again and again at every VCon, if you change 1% a day, you will be 37 times better. I firmly believe in this. And I'm helping one moron change, which is not easy because the ego is strong in most of these people. The funny thing is, you want to help people and you realize you are dealing with their ego every single day. The lying, manipulating, the bull sugar, the rationalization, the defensiveness of their ego. It's crazy. Sometimes I just hope, WhatsApp or Instagram creates an app where my hand can go in and slap the person. Do you understand? I'm so tempted sometimes. But I believe in ahimsa, non-violence. I hope I still believe in it. So you need to change. So the year has started. We finished one quarter. What have you achieved? What have you achieved the first quarter that's so great? Have you achieved something or you have deteriorated? That's even worse. People who are stagnant still got chance to push up. They still come down but push up. But some people make stupid decisions, let their ego take control, and they deteriorate. All right? That's even worse. So I was helping this moron change, and I realized that this person has this ability to be humble, empty cup, studentship, only when that person is alone. Interesting, I'll tell you why. So I try to mentor these morons usually at night, 12, 1, 2 a.m. in the morning after I finish my normal day with my responsibilities and my duties towards Dato Sri Vijay and my family and the network. And at night, like this time, I sit down and talk to people. And this person can be so humble, tone of voice will change. If I'm on video call, even the face, you can see humility, you understand? And they accept everything you say. And tomorrow morning, a simple thing as dressing up, going out to meet people who make them feel important, the ego comes back. Like that. Unbelievable, Unbelievable. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. It's like night and day. It's like a dog changing to a cat. Do you understand? Unbelievable. But then I realize, if I give up on them, they will self-destruct. And I try my best to keep my promises, Kalai. But it's tough. Are you guys with me? So if you really want to grow in any aspect of your life, financially, career, leadership, influence, parenthood, you need to constantly be truthful with yourself. Identify the areas that has been useless to you or bad for you and change. And I'm not talking give up alcohol and all that stuff. This is all common sense, but it's coming back to that ego. I realize that the ego will always be, and has been, will always be, and will continue to be your greatest enemy or your only enemy. Learn how to control it. Learn how to quell. Seek with humility. And if you are lucky enough to find somebody who cares enough about you to help you, like how Dato Sri Vijay Japa cares about me, you are the luckiest human being on the planet, because everyone else is too busy to give two hoots about you. Think about it. You understand? So today's Insta Live is about change. That if you desire a different outcome of your life, change. If you desire a different outcome from your business, change. If you desire a different outcome of your relationship, change. If you desire a different outcome of your perception, change. Are you guys with me? And do it as much as you need to. Alright, change can be daily, small steps. Smile. Listen more than you talk. Don't lose your temper. Don't talk down to people. Don't think you have all the answers, even if you have all the answers. Be open-minded that you don't have all the answers. Embrace, accept, speak, confront before conflict. Don't let relationships have conflict for too long time. Push yourself harder. If you can do 4 presentations a week and you are desperate to see results, do 8. Right? You understand? If nobody signs up, change your approach. Don't be stubborn and stick to one approach. Adapt, adjust, accommodate. Don't be ungrateful. Value the people who have been there for you. Never be ungrateful. That's the worst kind of human being on the planet. And do these kind of things. So to all of you on my Insta Live week 15, if you are looking for something, if you are searching for any kind of change of outcome in your life, financially or otherwise, it requires you to change. And change is painful. Change requires sacrifice. Change is not easy. You can relapse into the arrogant moron you were in a matter of hours. Are you guys with me? And I hope to see all of you, whoever you are around the world. I promise you, Weekon Turkey Istanbul is going to be one of the most unbelievable events of 2025. So I hope to see you there. And all of you from Magic, I'm coming to you. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Happy New Year to all the Indians celebrating New Year. Happy New Year. Let this be a new beginning. And if you want to make any decisions on New Year, which you're supposed to, supposedly, decide to face your truths and start the journey of change. Love you guys.